And aloha! Welcome back to the BlueNote Fan Report. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan. And this is the second intermission show presented by Forrest Crump Enterprises, Four Stories Coffee, and Mike Zook. Well, that was an interesting period. Went from, wow, we're doing something here to, oops. So let's bring in from the Drop Hockey Podcast, Mr. Lance Scott, and from the St. Louis Fan Report and the Hockey Writers, Mr. Brock Banner. Hey guys, so I want to know from you what you kind of how you're feeling right now after that second period. There was a period for the longest time they didn't take a shot, right? They ended up with 9, but I think they got them all in like the last half of the period. Say again? I'm not hearing anybody. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Well, I mean, from my standpoint, can you hear me, Guy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, from my standpoint, I mean, obviously disappointed with the breakdown at the end there, giving up that goal late. I get it was there on the power play. That was disappointing. I mean, let's not escape the fact, we're down. But again, there's a lot of good stuff that happened. I think the D really was playing well today. They were, coherent, or they're consistent at least. And I like seeing that. So, Lance, what about you?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good period, but like I said, they needed more shots. But you know what, Guy? I thought that the Wild played very good defensively, and that's why they didn't get as many shots. The Wild are much stronger tonight defensively, and they're getting some good shots on Husso offensively. That second goal, I'm going to tell you right now, Husso had the correct angle to that puck. That's just a goal scorer's goal. Those type of goals are going to go in. You can make saves on him, and if he would have, it would have been an amazing save. But that one's not. I mean, yeah, it's on Husso, but it was just a great shot and had that top corner there picked. There's not a lot he could have done about it, but overall, I thought it was a good flowing period. But like I said, I thought Minnesota really played strong defensively, especially in the first half of the period.
Oh, absolutely. No, they were strong, and I kind of took an eye on Wallman this time. And I got to say, he's had a good game. Had a better game than I thought. And at least he had a good second period. He was in on some good pucks. He got his stick in there. Parayko seemed to be a little bit better there. I liked the Hoffman goal on the power play. That was well set up with like 2-3 seconds to go in the power play. And that actually helps you because when you score early in the power play, it's great you scored, but you don't tire them out. They tired their penalty killers out because they kept it in the zone most of the time. So that helps. I'm disappointed it's 2-1, the opposite way I wanted it, but I'm not giving up hope. I think that they can actually do much better. They can win this game. I really think they can. And the third period, they just got to come out and shoot the puck.
See, I think if they're able to tie the game, they're going to end it up in a tie. I just think they're going to run it out. They're going to play these guys a bunch of times. So I'd look to see the Blues early try to tie this game, but again, they're going to see these guys so many times. It's just hard to say it's going to be Stanley Cup, Game 7, on the third time they've seen them. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm way off, but.
Yeah, just keep doing what they did in the first period. I thought they looked better in the first period than they did in the second, especially that first part of the second. But as long as they keep doing what they're doing, they're going to stay in this game. They're going to be there to tie it. Like I said, it's going to be a close game, as I think most of us said at the beginning, until that third period. Then somebody might start to take over a little bit. Let's just hope it's the Blues. I do think that the Blues did tire them out a little bit on that power play. But just keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, so Marianne is asking back here if they're I might.
The Thomas hit from last night, I guess, is what she's trying to ask about. Yeah, we still can't hear you, Guy, but
she wasn't on at the first the pregame when I talked about it.
to, okay, there.
Okay. Okay, and while we're looking for sponsors to sponsor a new microphone for Guy, listen, I'm just kidding. But, again, I was surprised, and Guy and I talked about this earlier, Hoffman's on the ice. Hoffman, scored the goal. We talked earlier about him being on the block. Does it change for you?
Yeah, like you and I talked, I think the deal's basically done for him, and I might be wrong. I mean, this source is pretty accurate, but have they been wrong before? Yes. It's a source that gives stuff to the NHL writers and media, and he set out the last 2 nights due to a courtesy for him being traded.
Talk about Hoffman.
Hoffman. Something must have happened, a hitch or something, and I guess maybe they were just forced to put him in there over Dakota Joshua. Thinking they would just put him in and maybe showcase it, maybe put pressure on the team that they've maybe got a glitch with now. But like I said, I'll be shocked if Hoffman's here by Tuesday or Monday.
Does his price go up because of the goal tonight?
I don't think so. But the thing about it is that I think they've agreed on a deal. I think it's going to go through. And she was asking about Thomas. But before we get to Thomas, I want to talk about Parayko. And I know you guys watch these players, and Guy says he listens and watches. I know we all do that. If you watch Parayko, like Guy said, he's not completely healed. Watch him go back for that puck in the defensive zone. I don't even think he's 80%. I think he's 70% because he just looks slow. He looks like he's in pain. He went off to the bench a couple times, wincing. I really hope they're not pushing him too much.
Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree. And like I said, I've noticed it this whole game. He's not even close to 100%. I would give him 80, but I would give him 80 until he got hit by that puck.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That puck stung him, and it's obvious it stung him.
Yeah. Did you see the one time he went back for the puck, and he had a hard time going back for it, and then turning his body around, and he was checked into the boards. He went into the bench after that and put his head down. He was not feeling well after that.
Matt, no way.
What was the question
Matt's
about
asking about a first rounder?
No.
What was the question about Thomas earlier, Guy?
If they're going to review that hit on him.
I don't think they will.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Yeah, I don't either. I gotta put a quick shout out. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, I am doing a trade deadline show with the Hockey Hound. As soon as I know where it's at, look for it on my page. I can't put it in the groups, but look for it on Guy Bensing's wall and then share it out for me. It should be a pretty good show. He's got people from all different angles. I'm going to be covering the West. And I got something to say about what the Avs did. And like I said earlier, I don't think the Avs made the right move. So I got to give him a call. He's got some banners for us. Good guy, man. I like Ryan. He's been on. He was on when we had. Oh man, I am going.
Mike Zook, not Mike Zook.
No, not Mike Zook. Terry Yake.
Terry Yake. That's right.
Terry Yake. Yeah. That was a good one. Maybe Colt should be play
back to
maybe
back.
Colt should probably say maybe he shouldn't have played back to back.
Yeah,
it's possible. We need to shut Parayko down, get him ready for next year. I don't know about completely shutting him down, but I'd like to see him get some more rest. If we're going to trade for a D-man that we can play a middle six to bottom six D-man.
Yeah.
Right now, that's not what they're getting for Hoffman. Trust me.
No, I bet you they're getting a second or a third. I'd see a second. You're
close within there.
Right? I could see a conditional second. Right?
You know what I'd like to see them do with Parayko? I'd like to see them get a lead into the third period, and that last part of that third period, don't give him much ice time. Because the more that back spasms and hurts, the more he's going to be opening himself up to injury even more, and then he's going to miss more time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really would like to see. I don't know. This has been a really interesting game. I've been trying to pay a lot more attention. Hockey Hound says if it's Columbus Drew are going to get a first for Hoffman, I'd imagine his return will be more. Yeah, maybe. Hoffman for McDavid, Draisaitl, and a conditional first rounder.
Right.
Yeah, I would love to see that happen. Yeah, that's a joke there. Oh, Figliano, not Hoffman. Yeah, if the Columbus.
You mean
the
Foligno?
Columbus got a first for Figliano.
You mean Foligno?
Foligno, yeah. Right. So maybe
I'm going to tell you what. If Edmonton offered the Blues that for Hoffman, I think Gary Bettman would get on the phone with the GM for Edmonton and say, "What are you smoking? And if you are smoking something, please stop."
It's Canada.
Yeah, no shit. That one's that's a laughable one there. I just got to okay. So great. What I have seen is the Blues are picking shots. So they're not just taking shots; they're picking shots, and I'm not upset about it. I'm okay with it. I see what they're doing, and that's okay. With Talbot, that's maybe what you have to do. But you got to get Talbot moving, and that's what they haven't done yet.
They're dancing their way out of good shots, and I think that trying to settle the puck and look and set these one-timers and just start shooting. So I do think that they're maybe being a little bit too conservative with the puck. They should just start shooting it and being a little bit more aggressive instead of trying to find that perfect pass, because they're ending up turning the puck over or leads. And
as much as they've been open offensively in the last two games, I know Minnesota's done a great job on them defensively, but you can tell Berube does not have the same game plan as he had the other night. It's a different type of game plan. It's not as open, and I'm not sure why. Maybe he knew they would make adjustments, and he figured they would just change it up a little bit to maybe shock Minnesota.
Well, actually, I think if he opened it up, we'd be behind 5-1. I really do. I think Minnesota was ready for an open, ready for that. I think by changing it up, by slowing the pace of the game down a little bit, by kind of not forcing the game, but letting the game develop on its own. That's why I think the Blues are being down 2-1 in the third isn't a bad position.
No. And I want to tell everybody right now, Ville Husso's played great in this game.
Yeah.
Very good.
I will say that he has. Mary, they haven't come out and said it, but it's more than likely a concussion. He's an upper body week to week. That's what we know. So that's all we know there.
I came out and said it this morning.
Yeah. Actually, no, neither teams have allowed much in the middle of the ice. That is a good point. That is a real good point. The neutral zone has been tight. Okay, here we are. Attempts are 36-30 for the Blues. Chances are 6 up. Both teams are 1 for 2 on the power play. 12-8 with the Wild on hits. D-zone turnovers, it's now 6-5. So Blues had a few more D-zone turnovers. They're still winning the faceoff battle, 18-16. I like what we're seeing. I really do. This is one of those games where I don't think being down 2-1 is a bad thing.
Yeah.
No.
You had mentioned that that's a good position for the Blues to be in because they don't have the pressure. And certainly Minnesota, this is a test for them. How are they going to handle that pressure in a tight game, in a road game, against a team that's playing pretty good right now? So that's
and in all honesty, with past history besides these last two games, I'd rather have the Blues down 2-1 than be up 2-1.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. And Roland says we can still win this, and I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Hey, I also got to say one thing. I got to say a big shout out to everybody. I've been averaging almost 20 viewers on all 3 shows. That's absolutely great. I've seen it up to 25. Remember, guys, the goal is 100. You got to help push it there. You got to tell people about the show. Let's get them up. Oh, I missed Matt Lowe's comment. Matt Lowe said we got to get more on the net. I agree. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, Lance the Scott from the Drop Hockey Podcast, and Brock Banner from the St. Louis Fan Report. You're watching the Blue Note Fan Report on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are brought to you today by Forrest Crump Enterprises. More Stories Coffee. Check them out on Facebook and Mike Zook Enterprises. Have you seen my page? I want to see if I can pull those pictures up. That one shirt he's got with the Blue Note.
That's
with
neat.
All the alumni.
That's neat.
That shirt is hot.
That's neat.
What's even hotter is going to be the arena shirt.
Oh, I love that one. One thing I would tell him, see if he can brighten up some of those colors in the names. That would be nice. But other than that, I think they're two great examples of shirts that people would buy and people would love to wear.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. We're going to try and see what a price point is, and I would love to sell them. I'd love to be a point. I'm going to talk to some people I know, see if I can get somebody to be my sales point in St. Louis, so I don't have to have them shipped to me to ship back out, because that doesn't do me any good. But we're going to see if we can set something up in the St. Louis area, and I'll get some shipped to me because I think they're hot, man. I like them. I really do.
Have you talked to Mike about drop shipping them for you?
No, not yet. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
He's still kind of sick, but we'll get it figured out.
Well, tell him I haven't talked to him in a few weeks, so tell him I hope he's feeling better.
Yeah, I will. He was supposed to come on this weekend, but he wasn't feeling good. So, but I will say this: I think I have a real big surprise for everybody next Saturday. Got to double check, but if somebody asks about bringing someone on for a game show, and I think this person is willing to do it for next Saturday's game, which, because it's an earlier game, it's 5 o'clock your time, 11 o'clock my time. May be willing to do it, and it sounds like if it is, you guys are gonna. This show will blow up next week. I guarantee it if I get it. Okay, guys, it is game time.
You're doing a great job, guys.
I'll see you guys on the post game. Post game's only gonna be 30 minutes because I could go to sleep right now, man. This shot is starting to knock me out.
Oh yeah,
triple overtime.
Right?
Triple overtime.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's all I need. So aloha, mahalo, and we'll see you on the post game show. Stand by, Brock. I got to figure this computer out one of these days.